caballeros. Now we're going to continue those numbers. You should know all of your alphabet. You should know how to count 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Va tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, all the way to 100. This lesson, what we're going to focus with, will be the numbers 100 and up. It's really simple from here on because you know most of them, because we'll say 100, 200, 300 like we do in English. There's only really 3 or 4 words we're going to have to learn from here forward. Basically, you go all the way to 1,000,000. But let's look at them and see how they go. If you ought to get your book, get your libro por favor, and use it. Inside of the book, you have a place where you have the numbers, and they're all listed on one page. Just like this in the book. I have them here on the screen. Of course, they're too small for us to read here in the video, but this is what you'll find in your book. A list of los números starting with uno and going all the way through to 1,000,000. So find that page. You can use that to make some notes on. What we're going to do is first look at the hundreds and how do you go past 100. We've learned the number 100. Cien. Cien. One syllable, 4 letters. Cien. That is 100. You don't say uno cien. Cien means 100, and the word cien also means 100. So it's either way that you want it, 100 or 100. Cien. Once you pass the number 100 and you want to go to 101, from 101 all the way to 199, you're going to take the word cien and you're going to add to it the letters T-O. Ciento. Now it's 2 syllables. Ciento. All the way from 101 to 199, the word cien is going to change to the word ciento. And then you put the word and, which is E, and then just write the numbers that you already know. You know 1 through 100, so you just put those numbers in here. If it's 101, it's ciento y uno. Read that with me. Ciento y uno. Ciento y uno. If you want to say 199, of course we may say 199, but they do not usually say 199 when they're referring to money and numbers. They will say ciento y noventa y nueve, which literally is 199. Now, I often will hear people drop the E's completely, and they will just say 199. 199. I hear that all the time. Now, if you're going to write it, this is the correct way to write it, but you can speak it both ways are acceptable. Either you can say 199, or you can simply say 199. 199. Either way will work. Let's go on from there. Now, of course, when we get to 200, that means we're in more than one, so all we simply do is add an S. We still have to use the word ciento, but we add an S to it, so we have cientos. See, we started with the word cien right here. We added a T-O, and now we add an S. Cientos. This pattern will follow from 200 all the way through 900. We'll have the cientos on it. Here it's 2 of them, so we say dos cientos. And from here we can continue to 300. We just put a tres in front of our cientos. 300, but this is 382, so we say 382. 382. 382. Excelente. 400. 410. So this is the pattern we're going to be following through the hundreds. Now let's look at them counting by hundreds. Here's the set of numbers that you have in your book. You can see them and you can follow along with me and mark in your book. Let me break them into smaller sections so we can increase the size. We can read them better. Here we have them. We have cien. Let's just go through them quickly. Read them with me. Cien, 200, 300, 400, Now this is a difficult one to pronounce. It's pronounced quinientos. Again, quinientos. We'll come back to it. 600, 700, 800, 900. Look at them in detail. Of course, 100 by itself is just 100. Remember when we go to 101, we add a TO to it. 101. When we go to the 200s, we don't just add a TO, but we also add an S. Cientos. This is one word. I just have it divided so you can see how it comes together. 200. 300. 400. Oh, it would be nice if it was 500, but it's not. The word is very difficult. You know, I have it marked in blue here. My suggestion, these three numbers, 500, 700, and the 900, you need to circle them in your book and put a star beside them or something to remind you that these three in the hundreds change from the pattern. The pattern is just to take the number 2, dos, here 3, tres, cuatro, down here we have seis, and here we have ocho. But these three numbers change. You'll just have to write it down, guys. Quinientos. Do it again. Quinientos. I divided all the syllables in this word because it's the most difficult one to remember. Now, 600 follows the pattern. The other one that's difficult is 700. You might want to say 700. If you did say 700, the Spanish people would understand you. But it's not correct Spanish. So let's go ahead and get it right from the very beginning. The correct name for 700 is 700. Read it with me. 700. 800. And not nueve, but nove. 900. Read it, please. 900. 900. Repeat after me. I will call them out. Here we go. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Excelente. So you should practice with those and know them by memory. You probably is a good idea to know how to spell them, because if you can spell them on paper, it's much easier to remember how to pronounce them. You can visualize the word and say it the way it's supposed to be said in Spanish. Let's continue from 900. Here we have the number 1000. Mil. It's pronounced mil. It's very simple, and this will take you all the way up to 1,000,000. Mil. Mil means 1,000. Mil means 1,000. So whether you're trying to say, oh, it cost $1,000, or whether you say it cost $1,000, the way you say that in Spanish is cuesta $1,000. Mil. And it's very easy when you go above that. 2,000. Separate words. 3,000. 4,000, 5,000, 2,005, 2,005. We're now in the year, while I'm recording this, is in 2007. 10,000, 20,000, 40,000. It's very easy to go through the thousands. You know how to count them. You just go 1 through 100, and you can go all the way up to 100,000. And of course, 200,000. But this one right here is millón. Millón. That's 1,000,000. And they really don't have a word billón. Not like a billion. They actually call it million. 1,000 millions is the name of it in Spanish. 1,000 millions. 1,000 millones. 1,000 millones. Excelente. Now you know the numbers. 1 all the way through, well, almost to infinity. You can just keep counting from there. But you really should know very well your numbers 1 through 100. Counting every day until you have it by memory. Try counting backwards too. Excelente. Well, muchas gracias. What we're going to do from here is I'm going to give you a little quiz in the next video to see if you're ready to move on. You need to know all of your sounds, all of your letters, and all of your numbers. And then we can move on to the next lessons. Muchas gracias.